So, you know, I met you at, was it 2013 that you vied for a seat?
Yes.
2013.
Yes.
If you think back at Bina then, Bina today, would you still vie? Coming into 2027, how different is your mindset? Not that you're vying, but how much have you shifted then and now? And tell us about what you vied for.
Yeah. So, first of all, I think, especially as young people in this country, you don't have an option when it comes to engaging with political processes. Because, you know, you might not have an interest in politics, but politics will always have an interest in you. You see, that's the thing. You're either acting or being acted upon. So we have no choice, you see. You know, I like quotes by even leaders who've gone before us. You know, the tomboyers who say, there's no savior. You know, it's up to us to organize, to mobilize. So I ran for office when I was 22 in 2013, which came at a very high cost because at the time I lost my scholarship, you know, because, you know, when you have been supported by well-wishers in your education journey, then you take the political terrain in terms of running for office, people think you're not serious because you have really begged for school fees for a long time. But at the time I ran for office, I saw a gap in my community. I saw a gap in terms of having new perspectives. I saw a gap in terms of new ideas. I saw a gap in terms of us organizing, and I wanted to be part of that change to make things work in my community, you know. So I always joke with some of my friends that I grew up with in Kayole, and I always say that growing up, I actually didn't know we were poor. You know, it's like when you grow up in the rural areas, you don't know you're actually poor because all of you live in, you know, either it is grass-thatched houses, you know, the clothes you guys wear, until you leave your community and you actually see people have access to basic needs. You actually realize that it's in your area where you don't have water flowing through your taps every day. And I think for me, I always say in this country, if a president can walk in any home and open a tap and there's no water, that's how you know you're failing. That's how you know you're failing. If you can walk in a community and you fear being shot, you fear being robbed, and it's not even yet night, it's not even yet 7, that's how you know you're failing. If you walk in a community and children don't even have a playing ground, you know, I see in most informal settlement, children playing in sewer, you know, that's how you know you're failing. Right. And sometimes I'm like, even these reports we are reading, whether it's from our high offices in State House, just take a walk, you know, just take a walk, just get off your car, just walk. Take a walk and you will get to see firsthand. When people say they are on survival mode, when people are struggling and they're not sure about tomorrow, you'll get to interact with those people. Because sometimes when we read reports that, you know, people live under $1 a day, sometimes these statistics, they don't humanize the people. You don't see the faces. So when you say 57% or when you say 60%, it's not easy for anyone to just calculate what is 60% of Nairobi residents. You see, like for instance in Nairobi, we have about 4 million residents, but 60% of Nairobi residents live in the informal settlement. So it's not, sometimes it's not easy to actually visualize. We're talking about over 2 million people who live in the informal settlement. And that's why you need to actually take a walk in the communities where you're saying you want to interact with the people and see firsthand that every other day people are worried, will I get past today?